Welcome to Mia's Italian Restaurant and Market. Today we're going to be making homemade fresh mozzarella. We do make all of our fresh mozzarella here in-house, and we do use it for every single ingredient on our menu. Nothing store-bought, everything homemade. We're going to be using nothing but the best. All of our cheese is grande. This is our grande curd, and we're going to be making that today. Let's get it. We'll start with our package of grande curd, a gallon of water, and 6 ounces of salt. This is all we're going to use. We're going to take our water onto our stove in a sauce pot. We're going to turn it on high. Add in our 6 ounces of salt. We're going to give it a quick stir. And we're going to bring this up to the boil. In the meantime, we're going to get our 2 bowls ready. Our big wooden spoon. We're going to open up our curd right in our bowl, keeping all the whey in here as well. And what we're going to do with this curd is we're going to take the curd, pull it apart. So basically what our curd is just milk fats. So what they basically do is they take the milk on a low temperature, and it forms into these little cubes or these little fats that separate from the water, and it raises to the top, and that's what forms our curd. So we have our separated curd, and we have cold water. What we're going to do is we're going to take our hot water, pour half of it in here, just to temper the curd, so that way it's all nice and warm, and it'll give us a better stretch. And then after we form our mozzarella balls, it's going to go into our cold water. The cold water is going to shock it so that way it holds its shape. Once our water comes to the boil, we're going to take it into our curd, and we're going to put about 1/3 of the water in here just to temper the curd. What I mean by temper is to bring the curd just to the same temperature as the water so it's easier to stretch. So this water is extremely hot, so you have to be very careful. The curd is very cold, so it's going to offset the water so you can handle it. And then we're going to crumble it up and put the rest of the water in for our stretch. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our curd and basically we're just going to crumble it up. Each part of the curd will be room temperature, which is going to make it much easier for us to form and stretch our mozzarella balls. Once our curd is nice and broken up into these little pieces, we're going to then wipe off our hands, add in the remainder of the water, which is still scalding hot, and at this point, the curd is warm. So now this water is going to be extremely hot. So we're going to take our spoon, and what we're going to do is we're just going to pull the mozzarella together to reshape into a big ball, and then we're going to start forming our mozzarella balls. And as you can see, the mozzarella is starting to form into the big ball and coming together nice. We're going to then start taking our mozzarella that we're trying to form and start just folding it into each other. Guys, there's many ways to make fresh mozzarella. There's tons of videos out there. Everybody has their own way of doing things. This to me is how we do it here, and this comes out to be the best for us. We don't really do this huge stretch. We don't do this huge pull. We don't do this ripping and tearing. And to me, it just gives a better texture to the mozzarella where it's nice and soft and creamy. But again, there's many ways you can do it. This is just our way and the way that I think is the best way to do it. I definitely recommend at home, if you're trying to do this, heat-resistant gloves. This water is extremely hot. However, when you do it for a very long time, you kind of get used to the heat. We're going to take our fresh mozz, pick it up gently, and just start stretching it a very little bit, just so it gets incorporated nice and it starts to heat up correctly and to form into our mozzarella balls nice. Again, we're going to pick up and we're just giving it that extra stretch, that extra little pull, just to form that mozzarella. Very light. Our goal is for this mozzarella to be nice and light, creamy, not tough, not rubbery. And the more you stretch, the more you work with it, the more rubbery the mozzarella will get. And that's why to us it's important that we just lightly stretch it. We just lightly try to maneuver it to keep it that light and creaminess. And as we're slightly stretching it, it does become, as we're lightly stretching it, it does become a lot easier to work with. So that way it'll be much easier for us to form our mozzarella balls. All right, now we're ready to start forming our mozzarella ball. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick up our mozzarella. We're going to start folding it and tucking it underneath into our mozzarella balls, into our portion sizes. We're going to then grip the bottom of it with slightly pulling the bottom, and what we're going to do is we're going to pinch it to form our mozzarella ball into our cold water. Now that's going to hold its shape. So we'll take our mozzarella and we're going to fold it in underneath to form our mozzarella balls, and then what we'll do is we're going to take it and pinch it. Again, we'll pick up our mozzarella nice into a slight stretch, and we're going to take it and fold it in underneath, and then we'll form a ball, and then we'll take it, stretch it, and pinch it into our cold water to hold its shape. And we'll do this repetitively until all of the once was curd is shaped into our fresh mozzarella. And again, guys, we do make this every single day. We do use this for all of our dishes, all of our sandwiches. We do sell it in retail. We don't buy any fresh mozzarella from the store and sell it or repackage it. We do make it homemade every day for every ingredient on all of our menu. Now that our mozzarella is formed, we're going to wrap them in plastic wrap. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our homemade mozzarella ball into our plastic, and we're very, very gently going to roll it, seal it, turn it over, and then we're going to twist it. And this is going to hold its shape to form our fresh mozzarella. Once again, plastic wrap, fresh mozzarella, rolled, pulled down, and then twisted to hold our shape. So guys, another important thing that we do here at Mia's, I know this may seem something silly or something that people aren't used to, but fresh mozzarella, per the health code department, needs to be refrigerated. So we do not leave this out. We don't leave it on the counter. We do make it fresh every single day. It is labeled for our prep, and we have to keep it refrigerated. Guys, there you have it, our homemade fresh mozzarella. Again, we do use this on all of our dishes, all of our sandwiches, all of our pasta dishes. We do make this every single day. Homemade, fresh, only at Mia's Italian Restaurant and Market, where you get homemade and fresh. Come check us out, Port St. Lucie, Florida.